The fastest way to ruin your first drop is not a bad design. It's trusting one clean sample too much, because a sample can look perfect in your hand and still fail the second you try to turn it into 50, 80, or 100 pieces. Today we go talk about which printing method is better for your clothing brand, DTG or screen printing. Let's break down each of them to start. DTG is the easier method to understand because it behaves like digital printing. You take a design file, you place the garment on a platen, the printer lays ink directly onto the fabric, then the print gets fixed so it can hold up in wear and washing. This is why DTG might be so attractive at the beginning. There are no screens to build for every piece of color, no major setup, no real penalty for photo-based art, soft shading, distressed textures, complicated fills, or full color graphics. DTG is built for these lanes you see on the screen now. It's also why it fits samples, one-offs, micro runs, pre-orders, and last-minute design changes so well for the designers who love to change their minds inside revisions. But this is where most beginner comparisons stop too early, because DTG is not just press, print, and done, especially once you move into darker garments. When white ink is involved, pre-treatment matters. The garment has to be pre-treated correctly so the white layer can sit where it needs to, meaning it needs to carry the color and wash properly. Too little pre-treat and the image can look weak or dull because the ink sits too far inside the shirt. But too much pre-treat can end up leaving you with spotting, build-up, or even compromising the wash durability. On darker garments, the white underbase is what keeps the final color from disappearing into the blank. This is why underbase settings and curing are so important, yeah. And then there's the part that no one really cares about until it ruins their bulk orders. White ink, it's very heavy. It settles. If the system is not agitated and maintained properly, you get streaking, weak whites, dull output, or even missing details. Low humidity, dried ink, and inconsistent platen all show up inside the print. This is why DTG is amazing for flexibility, but unforgiving when the process is sloppy. So here's the cleanest way to say it. DTG shines when the quantity is low, meaning low MOQs, but the art is complicated. It gets dangerous when owners start treating it like it's automatically the best answer for your bulk of black t-shirt just because the samples look good. If the blank changes, meaning switching from 100% cotton shirts to one made of polyester, pre-treat changes. And for those that don't know pre-treat, it's like a glue sprayed onto the shirt to help the ink stay on top of the fabric. Also, what would happen is the white settings would be off, and even the curing could be weak because it's not being allowed to dry properly. Or if the shirt is not a great fit for the process, the bulk run can change faster than you actually expect. So this could be very tricky. And screen printing is the opposite type of decision. The print itself can be extremely strong, but you will have to pay for that strength up front. Instead of sending one digital file straight to fabric, you're basically building a production job. When the artwork gets separated, spot color work usually means one screen per color, and making fancy pictures is extra hard. It takes a lot of smart thinking, and if the shop isn't super careful, the graphic from the shirt will look ugly or feel like a crunchy sticking. I know you guys know that nasty feeling when you probably used to get like a cheap t-shirt, but to do this right, you need to line up the stencils, add the paint, and dry it as we go. Not to mention you have to bake the shirt so the picture stays on forever. Ain't no peeling off that graphic. You don't want that after like 2-3 washes. That would really ruin your customer's experience. That front-loaded setup is exactly why screen printing gets expensive when the order is tiny and start making more sense when the order is real, meaning higher MOQs basically. With screen printing, small orders could cost more because the shop still has to do all of the hard setup work. It takes the same amount of time to get the machines ready for 5 hoodies as it does for 50. This is the real economic logic behind screen printing and why these shops charge what they do. Once the job is built, the unit cost can fall hard. Before the job is built though, the setup work is what makes it feel like it's a shitty tax you just gotta pay. The real question is, why do so many brands still want screen printing when the art is right and the process is right? It's built for repetition. With this, you can apply it to hundreds of tees. Bold logos, strong typography, big back graphics behind your t-shirts or hoodies. If you have a clean 1 color or 2 color piece, it works well with these type of features. Even if you have repeatable black lacks placements and quantities. This is the environment where screen printing starts to separate itself from DTG. It can be more durable, a better economical cost at volume, meaning higher MOQs, and more consistent across a large run, especially when the design has already been proved and the blink is not changing every single week. But screen printing has its own failure modes, and they matter if you're building your first drop. Bad separations can make details muddy. Poor underbase choices can make a print feel too heavy if the paint isn't baked right. It could crack. Even a little piece of water inside the shirt can mess up the heater while you are making them. Not to mention, stretchy or synthetic garments may need different chemistry to avoid cracking or dye migration problems. So screen printing is not safe just because it's traditional. It's safe when the shop knows exactly what the hell they're doing and the design actually fits the process. The strength of screen printing is not that it is universally better. Its strength is that it becomes powerful once the design is stable enough to deserve the setup. Now forget these generic pros and cons lists for a second that everybody usually makes. Here's how the decision looks when you are the one paying for the drop. If you are doing one sample, let's say 5 seated pieces, a 20-piece test run, or a pre-order batch that is still moving around, DTG usually makes more sense inside these type of scenarios. The setup is lighter. You won't really get too punished every time you add a texture, tone, or color. This flexibility is worth more than the lower bulk cost you are not using yet. If the artwork that you want to put on your tee is full color, photo based, heavily distressed, or built on gradients, DTG is the easier answer for most first time founders. I don't want people to be into the comment section saying screen printing can do that too. We all know that screen printing can handle photographic work through CMYK or simulated processes. If you need help finding a factory and you want to make sure your bulk orders don't become a loss, there's a link down low that you can sign up to so we can work with one another and get your quality exactly the way you want it. That's not what I'm trying to say here. But this even requires stronger pre-press decisions and a shop that can actually execute these type of things well. For a first drop, this is usually adding complexity before you even prove that the design even deserves it. But dark garments are where the conversation gets real. People talk about black tees like they are just a color choice, but they're actually a production choice. But you have to be strategic when you're thinking about producing one. With DTG, dark shirts need a special spray and a white bottom layer to make the pictures show up. Alright. For screen printing, dark shirts need a white bottom layer, quick drying heat, and extra care to stay soft. This is why black hoodies show off bad printing much faster than a plain white shirt ever would. It's not that one method can't do it, both could actually do it, but it's that both of these methods become more sensitive there. I hope you guys understand that. Then there's also another important aspect that you have to take into account: how you feel when you wear it. If you want the softest hand on cotton with detail art, DTG has a strong case because the print tends to blend into the fabric more. If you want strong, bold durability on a proven graphic and the cure is right, screen printing usually has the strongest case there. On stretchy garments, neither method gets a free pass. Screen printing may need extra or different ink systems to keep the print from cracking. DTG, on the other hand, can also be tricky because of the shirt material and how the white paint acts. Making sure the picture doesn't break or wash off isn't about one lucky way. It's about making sure the shirt, the paint, and the steps all fit together perfectly. This last point matters more than people think. When you're sourcing fabric, it's important to take all of these things into account. And plenty of people usually ask, again, which method is best. But customers feel something different. And this is what a lot of people don't take into accountability when building a brand. You gotta put your customers first. They can actually feel whether the print looks intentional, whether if it feels good in hand, or even if it survives washing, or if the second shirt matches the previous shirt that you put out. This is the standard that matters for the customers. Now, the part that decides what most people actually do is, of course, the money. How much is it? And I'm about to really geek out a little bit here, but if you are outsourcing DTG, it usually feels cheaper at the beginning because it avoids screen setup. One shop's published pricing shows dark garment DTG service could range around $22.50 each at 1 to 11 pieces, dropping to $12.50 in the 24 to 71 range, and down further at higher quantities. With garment costs handled separately, the exact numbers will change by shop, but the structure is what really matters. There's no screen fees, heavy setup tax, and easy scaling from one piece upward. Screen printing completely flips the structure. You usually get hit before the first shirt is even printed. Current print shops and equipment guides show setup fees commonly handled per color and location, with examples around $20 or it costs about $30 for each color screen, plus the cost of a special clear graphic that you would like them to make. Shops also often protect themselves in the 12 to 24 piece range or flat small order charge, because 5 shirts can still require nearly the same pre-press work as 50, like what we said earlier. This is why the crossover is not one magic number, but the shape of the economics is still very clear. For a first test, like what I say, DTG usually wins. For a real drop with simplified art graphics and real volume, screen printing usually wins. In the middle, there's a maybe zone where how hard the artwork looks could decide the winner. A 30 shirt order with a big fancy photo might still be better for DTG, but a 30 shirt order with just one simple color with a thick black hoodie is already better for screen printing. This is a better way to think about this, not a fake universal threshold. If you are printing in-house, the Capex also tells a story, because I know some of you out there got your own machines. So a current DTG machine example is the F2270. Average cost for the machine is about $19,565, while a Brother ROI model uses a $2,500 equipment cost assumption, and it costs about $5 to make each shirt. This is a production cost per garment illustrative scenario, with production modeled at 30 garments per hour, including pre-treat and final cure. That same example says roughly 104 prints per month are needed to cover its simple lease payment. This type of info is useful because it shows the burning of owning a DTG store. Flexibility is great, but maintenance still have to pay for themselves. Screen printing can start cheaper if you build a manual setup, but only if starting cheaper really means. A current 6-color manual press listing sits about $3,299, and an entry conveyor dryer lands around $2,400. That gets you around $5,700 before exposure, screens, inks, washout, power, and not to mention you need a space to actually print these pieces out. So the money lesson is simple here. DTG protects you from committing too early. However, screen printing rewards you after you have something worth committing to. Here is the smartest path for most first drops. Use DTG to prove your ideal works. That means your sample, your content shoots, your seeded pieces, test orders from your first drop, or even your pre-order launch. This first little batch, when you are still figuring out whether people want the design, whether the placement is right, the blank feels right, or even whether you're trying to see if the market even responds to these pieces, this is the time I believe that you should use DTG. Then after that, you could switch to screen printing when these 4 things are stable, meaning the design, the blank, the demand, and the quantities are no longer hypothetical. It's proven. The balance is that most beginners switch too early because screen printing sounds more official, or they stay on DTG too long because it just feels easier. Both of these cost money at the end of the day. There's no right or wrong answer. If you lock into screen printing before the design has proven itself, you can end up overcommitting to a run that should have stayed in test mode. If you stay on DTG once a design is clearly moving, you can keep paying premium small batch prices on a piece that should already be benefiting from value. So the real strategy is not DTG versus screen printing as you see inside the title. It is DTG first when uncertainty is high, then screen printing later when uncertainty is low. Check out this video next of how this guy turned revenge into a multi-million-dollar brand. Alright y'all, this is Lee from No Studios. So next time I'm out here, peace.